Welcome back to Bound by Flame. Oh, okay, what's going on here?
Despite his determination, the knight was in an awkward position. He thanks the mercenary for having assisted him in his task. If he can trust the rumors that he hears around the village, he has before him the one called Vulcan. He has the pleasure of welcoming the mercenary to the village.
And you are?
The knight is called Ranval, last survivor of the Order of the Ember Knights, and now protector of Valvenor, this village. The new arrival is most welcome, but the steward is waiting in the old village inn.
Well, that was weird. Anyway, I gained some experience. It teleported me, actually, annoyingly enough. What do we have here? It's a fate. Well, it has higher attack speed. The damage is pretty much the same, but it's a bit better. Dual weapons, spare crossbow, sure. Need better armor. Crossbow bolts, all that stuff. Oh, can make quite a few of them. Let's make, how many do I have? I have 3, so I'll just make 2. And the reason is that I want to get feet with that. I don't think I'll be using the crossbow all damn much. In terms of abilities, resistance to poison, if you so desire. Triggers rage mode. Sure, I bet. Radius area of effect, okay. And let's grab rage mode. When it comes to feats, I could get... Well, I can't get anything. You handle traps better. Gunner? What? But never mind. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Travelers. Sure. Let's go. Valvenor. I think I should have actually spent some time talking with the knight rather than just going here.
This is Valvenor. It is not a beautiful place, but for the time being, it seems to be unknown to the Deadwalker army. This village has known better days. Before the war, it was popular among the rich hunters who came to enjoy the ample game in the swamps. Today, the only visitors are refugees, who are sadly too numerous for the scant resources of the village. A small healing house provides comfort and succor to the injured. The knight is quite fond of Mirana, the healer who runs the place. Does the mercenary see the building opposite? It was once an inn. It is now the residence of the steward, the man now in charge of the village.
This is a very large inn, considering the size of the village. There must have been many visitors before the war.
With any luck, we might get to sleep in a real bed tonight.
Yes, why do you talk so strangely?
How come you talk that way? Always in the third person.
The way people speak is different from one place to another. And I am from another place. The knight's people are a warrior tribe from Algandar, and he is proud of them.
Where can I find the steward?
As the knight said, the steward is in the old inn, the big building in the middle of the village.
What does the steward want with me?
The captain has offered the services of the freeborn blades to the steward. The steward must have orders for the mercenary.
Shit. I'm gonna get stuck being this guy's errand boy. Damn. I knew I should have gone with the rest of the company.
Yeah, you're gonna pay for it. Oh, it's like, I'm going to volunteer. Or, no, actually, the captain volunteered you, but whatever. Different. Okay.
What can you tell me about this backwater town?
This village is a modest one, and its reserves are almost gone. Its only strength is its isolation in these swamps. but that is also its greatest weakness.
I already figured it was some kind of shithole.
That the refugees and the villagers must live together is difficult, and the situation is worsened by there not being enough food. The swamp offers protection against the Deadwalkers, but it also harbors many dangers. Its creatures often attack the village. When the knight and the elf are not there to defend the walls, the watch often leave them unguarded. Shameless.
I'm going.
Alright, Sybil.
Sybil, can I talk to you?
Yes?
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
What do you want to know?
So then, any result from the study of all these creatures of the swamps?
The sickles have a power that depends on their growth. The biggest ones are the most dangerous. Up close, their attacks can be frenetic and extremely dangerous. They can also leap onto their prey.
So then, any result from the study of all these creatures of the swamp?
Well, I'd really like to meet some of these creatures who live.
Alright. Alright. There's things here. Why must I smash crates? Can't I open them? Like a civilized human being? But then again, I'm not civilized, am I? Nope. Oh, I can't actually talk with him. Sad. Can I talk with that guard? Whoever he is. Well, actually, he's not the guard. He's just a regular person.
It's on account of that Nigella, ain't it? I take one look at her, and suddenly it's the end of the world. It's on account of that Nigella, ain't it? I take one look at her, and suddenly it's the end of the world.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
Well, isn't that a fruitful conversation? She seems sick, actually. So, Buffalo's there. Oh god. The inn. Fuck the steward. But I suppose I must go to him. Pay my respects and all that stuff. Isn't it?
A good day to you, soldier. I do believe that today is your lucky day.
Really? What are you gonna try to sell me?
Sell? Oh, now you're trying to make me feel bad. No, unfortunately I have nothing left to sell. Other than some first-hand information that will surely be of use to you.
Information? What information?
Hey, you know what? Some kind of reward would be appreciated. It's just that with the war, we have so little left.
Do I look like a charity? I'll give you the choice. Spit out the info, or spit out your lungs?
You are strikingly persuasive. Fine then. It seems that the Red Scribes have found a way to win the war. They've apparently found someone who can breathe fire and burn up all the Ice Lords just by looking at them.
You're joking, right?
No, I swear, I got that from a reliable source.
And you expected me to pay you for that? You're kidding!
Please, please, I swear it's true. I'm just doing what I have to survive. Don't hit me, please.
All right, this time. But don't you ever try to rip me off again. I wanted to ask you. Have you ever met the steward?
He came to see the refugees several times, but I never spoke to him. I got the impression he couldn't stand us. He's the boss and we're the little people, see?
The life of a refugee can't be easy.
I've been a refugee for years. 5 to be exact. All these years on the road. And believe me, it's never easy. But this village is a pretty good place. The healing house gives us food most of the time, and we're safe. That's not bad.
How are things going with the guards?
Oh, we don't see them too much around here. They're basically here to guard the village. They don't give a shit about the refugees, so they keep their distance. I hope for the steward's sake that he's not counting too much on them to keep him safe. I've seen lots of soldiers on the road, but as useless as them, never.
Right, I'm leaving.
Alright, there's a ripoff. Don't pay him that much money. Sheep. Oh wait, sleep, sorry. Our camp. No need to sleep, to be honest.
Anybody home?
All right. No. Really? Okay. So that's the way out into the swamp, if you want it. Anyway, Buffalo, where are you, mate? He's up there. Isn't he? Up right here.
Oh there, Powder Man. You still didn't manage to blow yourself up?
Pretty quiet around here, huh?
Yeah, too quiet for my taste. Do you really imagine the Deadwalkers are going to forget about this place just because this swamp is dangerous?
No, but it'll slow them down. Maybe we'll see them coming.
Ha! You can bet your ass they're already here. There's something in the air that stinks, and I don't mean the locals either. I feel like the Ice Lords are watching us. Right now.
I have a few questions for you. How are the Freeborn Blades holding up?
We left some blood on the stones in the temple, but most of the company got away all right. But if we don't get some new recruits soon, things are gonna get serious. The captain has sent some men ahead to Karalthas. I hope they manage to pick up a few recruits, and they're not too scabby.
Is there anybody in this village worth recruiting?
See for yourself. There isn't a single man amongst the guards or the refugees that knows which end of a sword you're supposed to hold. We'll just have to wait. And be careful.
So, you made it out of the temple then?
I did. I suppose my time's not up yet. I guess that'll cause more gossip amongst the youngsters. The eternal survivor. My balls. There are some days when I wish it would be over.
I tell you, you'll be the one that buries all of us.
He might be right. He might be right.
Do you think we can win against the Deadwalker army?
Against the Deadwalker army? No chance. Now, the Ice Lords, that's another question.
What do you mean?
Only that sometimes you have to try to chop off the head, you know? That bunch of walking corpses wouldn't be any trouble at all if there was no one to guide them.
I guess you're right, but I don't think that makes the task any simpler.
There was a time way back, you know, when there were so many of us in the company, several hundred, that the captain decided to delegate. So he chose 2 lieutenants. Those 2 assholes fought over how to share out the men for weeks. They both wanted to take the best men for their group. And the result? We had our asses handed to us by an army that was hardly more numerous than we were. I guess what I'm trying to say is that the Deadwalkers are just the same. You've got 7 bosses, and each one of them wants to control everything.
So if we were able to set them against each other...
Now you're thinking straight. I don't know how we could do it, but I'm sure that it's possible.
See you later.
So, okay, center of the, oh, both of them lead to the center of the village, alright. Well, let me just check what's here, and then go for the other side to check what's there. I hate how the dialogue is played out, by the way. Every time, every fucking time, you just stare, you just have characters staring blankly at each other while you have control of the camera, and it's so boring, so uninteresting. That's the best RPGs can do. Oh, but we needed to be able to talk to characters at any point we want. I don't care about that, honestly. It's not a feature I think it's necessary in RPGs, like, oh, I want to be able to talk with people at any point I want. Believe it or not, people don't have long-winded conversations wherever and whenever the fuck you want. Just pointing that out. So it's ridiculous. Like, Mass Effect did this very, very well. Mass Effect 2 specifically, like, there were cinematics, you know, the characters move, they use the environment, they didn't just stare blankly at each other. It's kind of annoying. Witcher? Witcher 2 had some good moments, but also some very terrible ones as well. Let's go. Center of the village. Gotta break those crates. Gotta break them crates. Ah.
Here we go. Another one of these hick refugees. There's nothing for you here.
I could be a cunt, I suppose.
Call me a hick one more time, and I'll be using your face as an anvil.
Let's all remain calm, shall we? Please forgive my error. With all this commotion and all the thankless tasks I find myself confronted with, I often find my attention to detail slips. So, what can I do for you?
Show me what you have for sale.
Gold. So vulgar to work with. So wonderful to own.
No shit. I think I'm going to sell this one because I don't need it at the moment. I mean, it's weaker than what I have, so I'm going to sell Slicer. Okay. The cleaver as well. I'll keep those. Right.
So, you have returned. What is your desire?
Show me what you have for
Show me
sale.
what you have.
Raw metal. You can give me an impaler. Is it better? Slightly so. Pain. It's actually quite good. Looks decent as well. Okay, I could get the axe if I so desire. It's very slow though, and it's only capable of doing one extra point of damage. So there's no point in bothering with that. If it's that. What? Alright. Slicer, cleaver. Well, let's get pain. Do I have the money? Elven. Interesting. Though it would only add 1% in terms of armor. Legionary's gauntlets, swordsman boots. Elven helm. Well, let's grab an elven helm. Because why not? And let's grab pain as well. I might be... I probably will regret this. Still looks good. Alright. Now, when it comes to it, I will just craft. Yes, I have 1 steel. Some guard. Oh, I can keep upgrading it actually. Ah, interesting. Oh, various things. Ability to interrupt guard. Guard the soldier, physical resistance. Probably should have checked this out first. Chance of critical hit, pummel of flame, ability, physical damage, +1, pummel of light, pummel of the heart. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna switch it over here. And then I'll switch to this. Now, when it comes to my breastplate, doesn't look good, does it? Okay. Maybe I should buy it, find some gold. Do have steel. Resistance to poison. Spalders. Spalders of the Warlock. Sure. Nah, before I upgrade, let me check the village. Nice. I have to admit that whoever... They did motion capture for this, by the way. Whoever did this knew what the hell they were doing. Okay. This is realistic in a sense. Alright. Where's the elf? Mason. What does she want?
My goodness, let's see. You're not pissing blood, you're not vomiting your guts out. Both legs are in place and they seem to be holding you upright. Congratulations. It looks like you'll pull through. And now you'll excuse me, but I have other miracles to accomplish, and not much time to devote to people in your condition.
Okay, let's not be rude. With her, at least. She's saving lives, after all.
I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I'd like to speak with you.
Are you wounded?
No.
Are you a refugee dying of starvation?
Hey, I'm a mercenary. We're always hungry.
Why don't you go roast a Chris alien and come back and see me when you're twisted in pain? You again? I told you I'm very busy. Now leave me alone.
I was kind of hoping I could offer my help, you know, go into the swamp with supplies or something like that. Nope. Apparently not. How would I get up? Well, it's a roof, so can't get up there. No point in it, actually.
Yeah, who are you? One of them fucking mercenaries, right?
Fucking mercenary, yeah. Sounds about right.
You know what I call your lot? Ore blades. I got no time for ores.
We're all in the same boat. Mercenaries, refugees, useless guards. We're all fighting the Deadwalkers.
You mean until the Ice Lords make you a better offer,
Get lost, Oreblade. Stupid wreck. You again? I thought I made myself clear. I got no money to employ you. Now fuck off.
Well, not everyone has to like you. And you don't have to like everyone either. Well, let me just equip the helmet that I got. Because I didn't. Anyway. Going to the town hall. It's loading screen. Because this game also came out on Xbox 360. I can't imagine why there are loading screens like that. It leads to the village hall, it seems. Former inn. Yeah, okay. I imagine the elf will be there, but let's just take a look up here. Yeah, I imagine there would be something up here. Oh, Elven Greaves, even. That's a good reason to not upgrade your armor, because you might just get some for free. Well, maybe not the entire suit, but if I can get the set, I probably will have to buy at least a piece from the blacksmith. The stocks. What could I get there? Village hall. But is it really connected to the rest? Possibly. So we've got... Yes, let's steal more stuff and be completely obvious. What the hell is that stunner? Damn. It's not terrible. You know, I'm curious. How does... What? I have to appreciate the developers, though. It's like, oh yeah, we made a universal weapon sheath for, you know, or weapons holder for every weapon that we have in the game. That's appreciated, really. Smart move there. It's like, oh, we can't make individual holders for, you know, individual weapons, but we'll make a universal one. It's a good thing, really. And we'll make it in such a way that, well, the fact the blade sits still, and it makes sense, actually. You have it there, being held in place. But there would be some problems with holding the blade like this. So let's equip this. What does this sit? Ooh. Can I kill innocent civilians? Nope. I just slice through there. Just like that. Well, I've seen all I could see. Oh. Raw metal and some gold. Well, let's go back into the storehouse. Okay, how do I light it up? Press L. Well, doesn't... Actually does something. It was on by default. My apologies. It's really... It's ridiculous though. It's like, oh, I've become a lamp, but the light is not emanating from anything. It's just there.
The swamp is our best defense. Happily, the wildlife are just as keen on attacking the deadwalkers as they are the villagers. But the situation here in Valvenor grows worse daily. and each new wave of refugees increases the risk of drawing unwanted attention to this jungle.
No Ice Lord scouts who find this village will ever escape to tell the tale. Of that, I can assure you. Also, my men are reinforcing your defenses. Forgive me for saying, but you have some serious weak points. Especially the defenses around that refugee camp of yours.
The arrival of the Freeborn Blades and the Red Scribes has greatly improved our chances of survival, Captain. Believe me when I say that we are most grateful to have you with us. Needless to say, your men and the Red Scribes are welcome and free to go where they will. But as for any other newcomers, our gates are closed. You must understand that our food stores are as limited as our abilities to defend our village. Until you arrived, we had but one person who was even vaguely capable of treating our injured, and the case of Prince Orendil was completely beyond her skills. And there is this beast story, doubtless another fairy tale, the fruit of an alcohol-addled brain. Nonetheless, several of the Watch have gone missing. Something hidden in these swamps is causing these disappearances, but we cannot risk sacrificing any more of the few men remaining to us on sending patrols. Large groups entail moving chrysalids that are unmanageable. The others, quite simply, do not return.
Silence!
If I were to listen to everyone, I would need 10 times the number of men I have to verify the truth of every tale.
Enough! You must aid me to do this. I am not able to do that. Your endless wailings are unbearable.
In the name of... Vulcan?
But by the gods, man, what is...
This world is condemned. The cold hath invaded its ground, its souls, and its heart. Yet here you stand, weaving your limbs like fish taken from the water. Miserably shuffling about to conserve the illusion of warmth and life, and not feel the passing of your last breath, while I must endure your wailings and lamentations. Pitiful.
Vulcan, stop this nonsense immediately.
It is not he who speaks. All doth fall to ruin about you. Yet you still bewail your loose bowels and vomitings. You cannot vanquish your dead walkers, no more than you can vanquish their necromancer masters. They draw their power from the very heart of the world. They drink it, they suckle it dry. Your only chance to cleanse what your own hath corrupted is to go to the World Heart and liberate it from its servitude.
The World Heart is a myth. A forgotten fairy tale, no more real than dragons or dwarves.
A myth. Continue hiding behind thy puny barricades, and thou wilt soon join thy myths and fairy tales.
Cease your pretense. I know you have returned to consciousness.
What the hell happened? I was just listening to the steward blabbing away with the captain and then...
And then you lost control.
I don't know, it's like something in my head zapped me so it could use my mouth. But I was still there. Still thinking what I was saying.
This is not the first time you have felt this presence manifest itself.
No. No, it's been there since the temple. It's also in my dreams. I think...
Interesting. It would seem that your body is host to some other entity. And it is clearly a spirit of fire.
No kidding. I got a demon in my head.
Something of the kind. In truth, I could not say what it is. Not yet, at least.
Don't make me laugh. After all, it's your disciples that let this thing out of its cage, right?
That has nothing to do with it. Do you have any idea of the implications of this incident?
If it happens again a couple of days from now, they'll all start spitting and throwing rocks at me. I guess I'll have to watch out.
I fear that is the least of your worries. Obviously, you haven't understood. The thing that is inside you, it wishes you ill. There is not enough space inside you for two souls. That demon wants your body. It will control you more and more until it has replaced you completely.
Ha! Thou thinkest I crave the body of a mortal? I am a prisoner here. My place is in the world heart.
It will not hesitate to lie to you, to tell you that which you wish to hear, so that you will allow it to consume you.
I never asked for this cage. I never asked to be forced to hear my every thought. It is I who have been invaded.
It speaks to you. Do not listen to it. Cast it from you. If you do not resist, it will crush your soul.
Hey, take it easy. One day at a time, okay? I'm gonna take a walk.
Well, isn't that fun? How about the chat?
Sybil, can I talk to you?
Yes?
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
What do you want to know?
Well, isn't that wonderful? So I can't... The only person who I can talk to that will tell me anything is this guy. That's great. Hold on a second. Let me just stop this.
I am busy, mercenary. Go do what you're getting paid for.
Don't you think this is a bit important?
Mr. Vulcan, what brings you here?
The captain wants me to help your village. You got a job I can do?
With our shortages of food and fighting men, our worn-out equipment and the growing lines at the healing house, I cannot deny our village is sorely in need of help. Sadly, I fear that these are not the sort of problems you're used to dealing with, unless I'm much mistaken.
Maybe I'll surprise you. Your guards... How can I put this? At first, I thought they were disobeying orders. Now I think maybe they don't even understand them. If you're stupid and incompetent, you should be digging turnips, not taking care of security.
You're beginning to worry me. Is it really that bad?
Are you kidding me? The state of their weapons is enough to make you cry. Maybe they'd be good for splitting logs.
Personally, I'm not capable of judging the aptitude of our sentries, but their poor results speak for themselves. Doubtless, you should share your observations with Mason, the chief of the watch. I should warn you, however, that he is of a somewhat stubborn nature.
Wouldn't be the first I've seen. So what's the problem with the healing house?
Quite simply, Mirana cannot keep up. She spends every waking minute giving out supplies to the refugees and refuses to admit that she cannot help everyone. She thinks she's fooling me. I have heard rumors that her food stock is running low. Unsurprisingly, the crowds outside are becoming restless. I believe they wish to continue handing out our food reserves as though they were unlimited. This is not the case, and thus, it is not an option.
So, you want someone to put her down?
Why, I never suggested any such thing. I just wish she would see reason, for all our sakes. But I have asked nothing of you. I was merely answering your question.
I need the reports about this beast that attacked the villagers.
I fear I am unable to be of help. I'm still not entirely convinced that it even exists. All I know is that several villagers have vanished. One villager is at present in the doctor's care, following a supposed encounter with the said beast. These swamps are crawling with dangers. There is nothing to suggest anything out of the ordinary. The refugees are always inventing horror stories in an attempt to force us to open our gates and let them inside.
It might be worth checking it out. You said you lost one of your patrols, right?
That is so. You should speak with Randval. He was most anxious to go out and hunt the beast down, but we needed him here. Now that we have more able bodies to guard our gates, I imagine he would be keen to pick up the scent once more.
I've got a few questions I'd like to ask about this village.
I imagine there are few who are better placed than myself to answer them.
Who are all those refugees that you're keeping outside the walls?
The war with the Ice Lords has driven many from their homes and villages. Alas, it would seem that some of them found their way here. I have tried to accommodate as many as we can, and provide as much comfort as possible, but I fear we can do little more. We are reaching the end of our reserves, and relations between the refugees and the villagers are becoming strained.
The refugees can't all be dead weight. Some of them have got to be useful.
Oh, if only. Believe me, I would be the first to welcome them. These peasants have been fleeing from town to town and from camp to camp for months. The best and strongest of them perished in battles, somewhere along the way. I must deal with the leftovers. I put the biggest of them in the watch, but they are of little use.
What can you tell me about the people of Valvenor?
Before the war, there were just a few families here. Hunters and craftsmen, mostly. These days, they survive as best they can, husbanding their animals and digging up the puny vegetables they've managed to grow. Few dare to venture outside the walls. These woods are fruitful, but more perilous than ever before, and most of these folk know nothing of arms.
But you've got your guards.
They hardly qualify as an armed militia. Of the few that remain, most are sturdy farmers whom we have entrusted with some kind of weapon. Most of the real fighters left the village as soon as war broke out. The others died while out on patrol. The only one left here with any real experience is Mason, the head of the guard. Sadly, the man is a walking beer keg, who could not give a dog's fart for what his men are about.
How come it's you that's running the show here?
What a question. Because, my friend, someone has to. You imagine I'm doing this for my amusement, perhaps? Doubtless you wish it was someone else. The chief of the watch has trouble organizing 3 peasants. Our dear apothecary is evidently keen to give succor to any and every poor soul who wanders into the healing house. And regardless of your reputation, the people of this village would never trust outsiders such as yourself, or even the Red Scribes. So yes, it is indeed I who command here. The one-time steward of the hunting lodge of Valvenor, now leader of this shithole.
Well, hell, I'm glad we got that cleared up.
Well, at least he's honest. At least he's honest about what it is.
The healing house. It's a pretty good thing for your village, huh?
If you say so. As time has gone by, the healing house has drawn refugees to the swamps in ever greater numbers, and dissuaded some malingerers from returning to their families. When it opened its doors a year ago, the sense of relief was palpable. It was run by a couple, an elf doctor and his apothecary wife, who clearly were no strangers to the healing arts. Thanks to them, we were spared many plagues. But as the war dragged on, the endless tide of refugees continued to flow through our gates until we could harbor no more. 6 months ago, our worst nightmares were fulfilled. Our elf doctor fell ill and died. Since then, Mirana has soldiered on without rest, alone. I do not know how much longer she can keep going. The refugees just keep on coming, and I fear that poor woman is beginning to crumble under the strain. It's not surprising.
I need a blacksmith. Do you have one here?
With none more qualified, I asked Asiel to take over the village forge. I suppose I should warn you, he's quite a tricky character. He has a huge ego and is stubborn as an ox. Before the war, he was a sort of artist. He crafted jewelry and sculptures from metal. Despite running the forge, one could hardly call him a blacksmith. But he's the only one here who had even the vaguest notion of how to repair a shovel or straighten a blade.
We'll talk again later.
All right, it's not too bad. What do we have here? Oh! Yeah, okay. So, I have to somehow defeat the Ice Walkers, push back the might of their armies, and stop a demon from taking control of me. All part of a day's work, I guess.
The Order of the Freeborn Blades is of great repute, and the mercenary does honor to its name. The mercenary's powers are both astonishing and fascinating. The knight would like to duel with the mercenary, that he may judge the mercenary's strength.
Sure, I can never turn down a good fight. But maybe we should take it outside if we don't want to break everything in here.
The knight is honored, and bows to his adversary's wisdom.
Wait for me here, Sybil. I won't be long.
Alright, let's do it. Let us do it. Maybe he'll join me as a companion. I certainly could use him. Anyway.
Knight hopes that his adversary will not hold back his blows.
Oh, you can count on it.
Interesting. Oh, fuck. No! You screwed me. He defeated me. Oh, I actually... Oh, fuck. Well, he's a tough bastard. What can I say? I will not defeat him easily. Alright. Come on. No, you cannot just circle around him, unfortunately. Okay. Oh, shit. Yeah, he's a tough bastard. Yes, do your worst. I did it.
The knight has never before battled an adversary with such power, and he believes that he could be that which is needed to change the course of this war.
You fight pretty good yourself. Where did you learn your moves? I can't believe you learned to fight like that in this backwater.
The knight has traveled far and fought many battles. He has only lived in this village for a short time.
What are you doing in the middle of these swamps when you could be making a difference on the battlefield?
The knight has fought a great many battles, but he feels he can be more useful protecting those who have nothing left.
Terrible lip syncing on him.
I have to go. I'm glad we could test each other's mettle. It was fun.
Before his adversary rushes off to fight other battles, the knight has a question for him. He wishes to know if the Freeborn Blades would like him to join them.
I'm not the one who decides who joins the company, but I can ask the captain for you.
He has thought long on it, and wishes it would be so.
Well, that's great. I'll ask him, but I can't promise you anything.
Good item, actually. So, level up. Please tell me that it has its uses. Guardian, Pain, Stunner. Okay. Now, when it comes to levels, ability to interrupt. Okay. Force impact. Oh, need to spend more points there. Chance of critical hit on attack following successful counter attack. Okay. Get that. And ability to interrupt. Also, in terms of this, recycle 10 objects. Should I? I guess I should. Let me try. Raw metal. It gave me all of them. Craftsman. Need more. A lot more. I do have 1 point. Energetic. Colossus, maybe. Mule. I don't know what my chance of finding items 20%. Finder. No, I don't need that. I'll find stuff on my own. Alright, let's go back inside the village hall. Going to get Sybil in my party again. And maybe I should replace her with someone else. Where is she? Upstairs, I guess. No. No, she is not. Down there? Wait, who's here? Can't talk. Where the fuck is Sybil? Ah, there we go. Join me.
Sybil, can I talk to you?
Yes?
Come with me.
I need your help. Come with me.
If you want.
Yes. Ah, the hunter. Where is he? I mean, it says on the map there's supposed to be someone here, but there's not anyone. There's no one here. Ah.
Mercenary.
I need your help. According to the villagers, there's a beast haunting the swamp, and it's attacked them several times.
I have heard about it, yes. And although I don't have any concrete information about the creature, there are some things that corroborate what they say. Even though we aren't very good at magic, we still feel it. And since we came to the swamp, we have all felt a powerful source nearby. The problem is that the source seems distorted, corrupted. Kind of like the one the Ice Lords use. Only not the same.
I hope for our sake you're right about that. Otherwise we're really up shit creek.
We are very certain of it. But this magic could very well have transformed one or more creatures in the swamp, making them more aggressive, bigger. Who knows? Something to frighten the villagers, in any case.
So you're telling me the thing is magic and corrupted? Brilliant. Just what I needed. Can I do something for you?
No, thank you. I don't need anything for the moment.
With all the knowledge accumulated by your scribes, you must have learned something about the Ice Lords, surely.
We do indeed know some of their secrets, and a good part of their history.
Anything we could use to fight them?
We thought we'd found a chink in their powers that our ritual was supposed to let us exploit. But you saw the result.
That's one way of putting it.
That said, I'm beginning to wonder if we haven't involuntarily brought about the conditions for their end.
I'm not following you.
What you have within you could well turn out to be their doom. Even if I don't have the faintest idea of how or why. And unfortunately, as long as we don't know more about it, we also have to fear that it might lead to our doom, too.
Tell me more about your order.
Before the war, our main objective in Creed was to collect and save all kinds of knowledge. We had a presence everywhere on the continent, and had chapters in every major city. We studied and preserved all possible sources of knowledge there. We also dispensed information and care. Because even though we're not the greatest magicians, our knowledge let us come to the aid of the wounded and the sick. I could of course relate our history in detail for hours and hours, but I doubt that is really what interests you.
I'll be going now.
Alright, I'll be pausing the video right here. Costin signing out. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Thank you all for watching and stay tuned for more. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, there's a donation link in the description below.